Let me stop.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, entertainers? So today I'm coming to y'all with another video, and y'all, it's the content king. Okay, before I get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Please make sure to follow me on all social media platforms. We're over there on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and my other YouTubes. If I'm missing anything, I'm probably there. So y'all, I wanted to give y'all a Hollywood Hot Topics video, just to give y'all a little bit of break with the really Zeus of it all. Okay, now I know these people are a little bit on the network, but you know they were known before that. Now Suki, okay, you need to wash your booty. Now Suki's man, y'all, she has a man by the name of Snoop. Okay, Ray J to me is like her celebrity boyfriend. Now apparently he recently woke up, made a video and really exposed Suki. First of all, Snoop, that was very dumb of you. And I know Suki is heated because I haven't heard her say nothing about that since this video has dropped. Because you are stopping her bag. Who told you to wake up and do something like this? We're going to have to hit you with the why would you do that? Because that to me was a little diabolical for you to do something like that.
Now, I know you ain't doing that. I can't believe you did this.
That's why I don't tell you nothing. Because
Why you do that?
why I do what?
Why you do that? Because my whole thing is this. Let's play the video first.
How the fuck a nigga paying $75K a month for a bitch, but she right here? When the fuck this shit got so tender that a nigga beefing about my bitch? Like, this is not your bitch.
Mind you, Suki's in a slumber. Suki is knocked the hell out from giving up all that good coochie. Now, here's the thing. I understand that he may feel away because that's his girl, but at the end of the day, if Ray J's forking over $75K a month, if I do math correctly, by the end of the year, you could have more than enough to put on a down payment for a house. So it's called playing smarter, not harder. You should have kept a little quiet. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would. I'm sorry. Times are tough nowadays, and you gotta move smarter. Ray J has been coming to Suki's defense in regards to things that are being said about her, especially with Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's been doing a whole lot of interviews, trying to be funny, calling her a B, saying certain things. So Ray J has recently come out basically saying like, hey, stop talking about my B, stop talking about my B, stop talking about my B. So this is what he's referring to when he's saying this, okay?
Hey, 6ix9ine. You think you talking about? Don't you ever talk about my home? Hey, who the fuck you think? Oh, nigga. Put up Lopez and then put up Cisco, and there you got it. Them two niggas hit each other, made 6ix9ine. Listen, you know I don't got no
George Lopez is crazy.
problem with you until now. Don't you ever talk about my? You talk about your own. What the with you, nigga? Worry about your that was my friend or that was my homegirl. Now you done. Now say something about me, and so we can go viral together. But don't you ever talk about my again, nigga. What's wrong with you, nigga? Hey, 6ix9ine.
Chat. Troll versus troll. I ain't gonna lie to you, Ray J. Can you match up with 6ix9ine money? He probably can't. I see some comments. Somebody were commenting when I posted this, and they're like, "Oh, with Ray J, they're like, how could he afford $75K a month?" Y'all don't understand. That man Ray J is very smart, and he has a mom by the name of Sonya. She's even smarter. So to me, he probably could afford that. If we're gonna be honest, I don't think that Snoop dude would just make that. Because to be honest, like I could never see myself being in a relationship with somebody, they getting tricked on, and I'm gonna give them the satisfaction of me saying that they getting tricked on. That's embarrassing. Like, you feel me? Like, you basically are letting the world know. Because to me, it's more so embarrassing on his end, because it shows that she's still tricking off with another dude that ain't you, and she getting a good coin off of it. And it's like giving like you can't match up his coin. Like you can't match up Ray J coin. 75K a month. That's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So Ray J to me is very business savvy. So he's done a lot of electronic development, certain things like that. And now he's in working deals with Zoo. So it's like I could see how he could afford that monthly payment. Who knows how long he's been doing it? Could have been from the start of this year. It still adds up, don't get me wrong, but you know, I think the man could afford it if he's putting all that to Suki. Now, Suki, you must have some good coop. Okay, like for him to be doing that, it's hitting on something. It's really hitting on something. Do I think they'll make a good match? I feel like when it comes to Ray J and relationships, I don't think he takes it seriously. And Suki to me is the type that is probably gets bored very quickly. So I don't feel like they would end up lasting. Now it would make some good laughs in a good key, but I don't see it long term whatsoever. Cause that Snoop dude, like Suki has spoken about him before. Like she really got feelings for the man. So it's like, I don't know, you know, feelings over the fee. The fee or the feelings. That's a hard choose, Suki. 75K. I don't know. I might go for the fee. All right. So recently, you guys, Khalid did a podcast interview with Keke where he talked a little bit about him being outed, how he's feeling now, and it's been getting a lot of discourse online just due to his mannerisms.
Forced into the spotlight. I mean, something that really, to me, is a crime.
Yeah.
Something no one should ever have to experience and go through. What was the hardest part about it? Because obviously it's a breakup and then it's the public thing. So like, what gave you the strength to be like, look, it's me?
Dealing with the embarrassment of it all.
So a lot of people, including Black queer men, have been giving him a hard time online because they're saying the moment the girlies come out, it's all types of ha kiki, painting the nails and hoo la 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 la. First of all, I feel like this is why the community struggles. This is why the community is trash. Because you can't even be yourself without being criticized by our own people. I don't get it. Ain't that the point for him to be out and about, proud and loud? The amount of hate and the stuff that people were saying online were so disgusting to me because it's like, why are y'all so mad? Y'all act like this man was like out and about with the baddest of bitches. This man was closest to discreet as ever. He was never straight to me. I don't care what nobody say. I seen that a mile away. Who go? He go, she go, couldn't even expose that. I saw that. So, like, for people that are so angry saying that he's changing his whole aura and how he's acting, to me is BS. I really feel like he's now creating and doing the things that he's wanted to do now that everybody knows his secret and he doesn't have to hide it anymore. It's crazy to me how, like, the people that were saying that were predominantly Black amen, that were saying a lot of this, and it wasn't women or anything like that. I mean, it was, don't get me wrong, but it's more so that demographic that was saying those negative things about him. I really also attest this to the fear of what I call the Sam Smith method. The moment Sam Smith come out, it was very much, you know, with the suit, he was very mass presenting. Next thing you know, the nigga's wearing a skirt, long hair, you know what I'm saying? Heels, 6-inch heels. He walked in a van like nobody business. Goddamn, is what we say when we look at him now. So I feel like a lot of people are scared he's gonna go down the Sam Smith route, which I've seen a recent video of him, recent music video of him, and it was a little bit more feminine than what he usually presents. But once again, isn't that the point of him being out, for him to be his truest self? I don't get what's the problem. I just feel like a Black feminine man is always going to be given a harder time than a white feminine man. Like a white feminine man could do a whole lot and it's deemed as cute. Oh, it's cut and this and that. A Black male does it, and it's a huge problem. Okay, the fear is that they're scared that he's gonna bust out one day in a skirt and a wig. Word to Santana. That's what it really has to do with, to be honest. And this is what keeps a lot of niggas like a Khalid behind the closet, not to be out and about. Okay, so that's just how I feel about it. To be honest, I don't feel like Khalid should pay attention to any of the social media fodder because a lot of the people that's talking about him are broke. So he has bigger fish to fry and other problems than worrying about what people online are saying about how fishy he's acting. When some of those same people are fishier than he is. I'm just saying, like, you could just look at some of the people talking about him online and be like, damn, you just a big bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like a big hating bottom. And you talking about the man crazy like that. It's crazy. Okay. Now, Jess Hilarious, you guys, has been going viral because she spoke about in an interview with Mrs. Pat. If y'all don't know, Miss Pat has a show on the BET channel. So with this show, she's basically like the judge, and then people come in, they do like no shade. I love you, Mrs. Pat, but a lot of them are not real situations. I know this because they be casting for it on the acting websites that I'm on. I'm just putting it out there. No shade. So when y'all be seeing Almond, Megan, all these girls that be on there talking about such and such did this, it's all improv. Some of y'all know this, but the ones that don't, it's not real, you guys. It's all acting. If you could find somebody that can like come up with a scenario, don't get me wrong, I'd be a few far in between that be real and they kind of over exaggerate it. But if you could find somebody that could like come up with a scenario with both of y'all good at improv and y'all want a quick coin, you got a gold mine. You could do all of these court shows. I was so glad that gentleman in that green shirt was there to really break it down to Jess, because I really feel like Jess is probably around so many people that have not broken it down to her the way that he did. She is allowed it to have her own opinion, and a lot of people agree with her statement, which a lot of people do, right? But I think Jess failed to realize that what you say may offend other people and may stop other opportunities. And you know what's crazy? I really don't think that they took away that opportunity because of what she said in that one comment. I do not think that. And that comment is only women can have babies. I really do not think they pulled the plug because of that. I really think they pulled the plug because of that back and forth that she's always having with T.S. Madison. I don't think they're a fan of that. I really do not think it has something to do with that statement at all. Now, that's what she said. They told her over the phone, but that is not why I think that they pulled the plug. You have to understand the way Hollywood is built, it's so cliquish and it's so much people that's interconnected behind the scenes. Who knows if somebody that was in a higher rank in a BET was a big fan of a T.S. Madison and thinks Jess Hilarious is transphobic as fuck and pulled the plug because of that. And then after she said that comment, around the time she said that comment is when that whole process of her wanting to be on that show, they're like, oh, you said that comment. And because that comment, it did go viral. It was a huge debate online. It was a huge debate all over the internet. So that could have been easily used as an excuse to cut her from it. But I really feel like it had to do with between her and TS. Because the stuff that each of them would say towards each other, it got nasty. So I just can't foresee her saying that one comment in that interview, because it didn't get heated between her and the woman who quickly corrected her as to what she said, stopped her from getting on the Mrs. Pat show. I just refuse to believe that. I think it was that back and forth with T.S. Madison over numerous amounts of time, over and over. And I do know, you guys, before y'all correct me in the comments, her and T.S. Madison had a back and forth because of that interview. I know that. But they've gotten into it before that interview as well. And after. I'm just saying, I don't feel like it was because of that comment 100%. I think that was a small tidbit of it. But I think this is a lesson learned for Jess, because I feel like she's the type of person that like she wants to be in all spaces, but may not support all spaces. You can't do that. It doesn't work like that. You may not have to, of course, necessarily agree with it, but if you're constantly bashing a space and then you want to be in it, that makes no sense to me. Mrs. Pat has always said, which She says she wanted Jess on there. So you can't, nobody could ever put it on her this time. It's not her. So you can't say, oh, it's because she has a gay daughter. She stopped it. No, it was the higher ups. You never know what other people may know. So this is solely on her and her mouth. I'm telling y'all, I don't think it was because of that comment. Let me know what y'all think down below. And why do y'all think that her appearance was actually blocked? Once again, shout out to him in the green shirt because he explained it so well. Because I really feel like Jess in her mind was thinking that trans women out here are thinking that they could have a baby. Like that's what to me bothered me about that whole situation. No, there are not trans women out here that's saying that, oh, I just got a bottom surgery and I could push out a baby. Yeah, they're not saying that. They know they can't. And I don't think she knows that they know that they can't. But there's women that were more women that transitioned to a man that could still push out a baby that were offended. That was the core group you're really offending. That's what she's not like computing in her brain. Like, oh, it's not that hard. All right, so this next story, I feel like there's a couple of holes in this. I don't know if I believe it 100%. It kind of doesn't make any sense. The timing of it is weird. The police being involved is weird. But there's like a football player. His name, last name Kneeland. He apparently unalived himself after like a police pursuit. Now his girlfriend said that he had, history of mental illness, but the night that he unalived himself, he was being pulled over for a traffic violation. His car, he fled, meaning it became like a police chase. Mind you, he's 24. It became like a police chase. He ended up crashing. They say that he ended up fleeing on foot and then they found him unalived. I don't know if I believe this. I don't know if I believe it. Something about it just sounds so weird and so odd because it's one thing. Once I saw this report came out and then they said it was from an inflicted pow wound. I said, okay, boom, he probably was depressed, boo, boo, boo. But to do that after something like this and police being involved, some about it don't sound right. Now, TMZ reported that they said Marshawn Kneeland's death, which reveals the Cowboys player told his family goodbye in an apparent mental health episode. They said the clip is from late Wednesday night. Operators in Texas are heard relaying information from Kneeland's girlfriend, who stated she received a text concerning a message from the 24-year-old and was trying to contact the defensive ends agent. The girlfriend said Kneeland was armed and had a history of mental illness, and she was quoted saying he would end it all. The dispatch also stated the NFL called Plano PD regarding one of its players, stating the subject is texting his family goodbye. Dispatch then mentioned being on the phone with the Dallas Cowboys. According to Frisco PD, Kneeland was involved in a pursuit around 10:39 p.m. and it evaded troopers after an attempt to pull him over for a traffic violation. So the weird part I find in this is, how did he have time to be texting and contacting all these people in the midst of a police chase? And then how was he able to run on foot without being like caught beforehand? Did the police just give up on the chase after a while? I'm just saying. After losing track of Kneeland's car, that would mean this man would have to be going like 200 miles a minute for y'all to lose track. Officers found it minutes later, crashed on the Dallas Parkway, and the athlete was nowhere to be found. So you mean to tell me he got into a car crash, he managed to get out the car, go somewhere, and unalive himself? Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, some of these stories that the media puts out, it just does not add up. And to crash on a parkway is not going to be a little minor crash. Kneeland's body was located around 1:30 a.m. with an apparent self-inflicted pop-out wound. The dispatch audio states Kneeland was found inside a portable toilet. As we previously reported, the former Western Bronco died on Thursday. Okay. Now, let me know what y'all think down below. And do y'all think this story is as fishy as I do? It doesn't make any sense. There's too many moving parts before he ends up unaliving himself. That doesn't make any sense. If somebody is dealing with mental health issues, which I'm not denying he probably wasn't, but usually how the story goes, there's usually not a huge major event that happens right before it. It's usually sudden and unexpected to where nobody is even around or even knows beforehand. I'm just throwing out a little theory out there. Just saying. RIP though, because he was 24, which is super, super young. Apparently, he just scored his first touchdown on Monday, and then they ended up finding him unalived on Thursday. On to some good news, y'all. Clarissa Shields, y'all, is winning, bitch. She has recently signed an $8 million contract for a fight. Okay. Now I know she Clarissa gonna do a video. She gonna be like, "See what I told you? Now you're gonna have to take that, Layla. I could have put money on your books. You feel me? Like I could have really had you to where like we could have split up the 8 million and we could have like really built some shit. If you really just, if you wanted the price, we could have got like 20 million, but you only got like 8, right? Probably rubbing it in Layla's face. This is big though. A lot of people don't understand. This is big for a female boxer. This is huge. Usually male boxers are the ones that are ranking up contracts like this. So for her to do this, this is really, really, really great for someone that one is a woman and one that's in a male dominated industry and is winning like this. So say what you want about her. She doing her big one. Okay. I know Papoose is proud and Remy upset. Probably not though, because she raking in the dollars for the fam. Okay. Congratulations to her though. Ice Spice dropped a song called Pretty Privilege. She didn't build any anticipation for this song. I'm sorry, but the only pretty privilege that we acknowledge is Stunner Girl. No shade. I'm sorry. Okay, we sip my Tyson high. Pretty privilege. Okay, that's the only pretty privilege we acknowledge. Now, let me say this. Stunner, you be having all these energies for these baddies. We need to see you in a real rap beef. You need to come for her. Okay, because she done took your track name and ran with it, and it sucks. It's ass. Stunner Girl's version is way better. I know that the songs aren't alike, don't get me wrong, but like the title and the aesthetic is the same, meaning that they're popping their shit about how pretty privilege is the way of life and how it gets them to places. Okay. And in my opinion, Stunner Girls beats her tenfold. That's on the playlist. I can never add that to the playlist. Ice Spice to me at this point, I think is just doing rap for fun. The song sounded very lazy. It was a little bit offbeat. The video to me was even a little bit lazy because didn't she wear that dress to like an event? So you knocked out 2 birds with 1 stone by taking the dress that she had on for that event and basically going to film a video right after. I don't know. It's just I really feel like Ice Spice's biggest mistake is not letting Nicki mold her. I think that she let Nicki really mold and like train her up. She would have been like a bomb ass artist and she really could have surpassed a lot of the girlies out here, but I don't think she's able to do that because I don't think the talent is just there. There's only so many times you could bend your ass over without us getting bored. You know what I'm saying? Like you every 2 seconds it's bending it over. You know what I'm saying? Like it's great to look at. Don't get me wrong. Okay, she got the Big Debbie cakes, but it's like, can the Big Debbie cakes get sales? The only Big Debbie cakes that are getting sales are the ones sold at a church fundraiser. The actual cakes, those are the ones selling. Those I don't think they're selling. I'm sorry. Okay. I wasn't a fan of the song at all. Like that song to me was like a good 2 out of 10. And the anticipation not being built up for it made it even worse. Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry. And I'm gonna be messy too. I'm gonna find a way to have Stunner. She probably has already seen the song and stuff, but I'm gonna wait until she go live and be like, "Ooh, I saw somebody is trying to jock your style with that pretty privilege." Cause yeah, I want to know what Stunner think. Cause it's like you got so much smoke for the baddies. has smoke for this baddie. Okay, speaking of baddies, Nicki, you guys, sent her team out to deliver supplies to Hurricane Melissa. Finally, something positive from the queen in a little bit. Okay, we've seen a whole lot of negativity from her, so this was nice to see her do something good for the cause, especially with them being impacted the way that they were. So that was nice to see. All right, now let's talk Castanet. Castanet, you guys, has a girlfriend, and her name is Gigi. Okay, the girl that you see with Castanet right now, that's Gigi, right? All right. And the lady at the top, that's her mama. All right. Gigi is Gabrielle. She goes by the name Gabrielle. The lady at the top, her name is Ashley. Okay. So Gabrielle recently did a video basically stating how she has felt alone all of her life, right? She has felt alone. She doesn't feel like she's able to go anybody for help. She doesn't feel like she's able to go anybody for like assistance and stuff like that. Now her mom responded back to what she had to say.
Really wanted somebody that was there to just listen and just, somebody I could open up to. Anytime I'm going through something, you'll never know, because it's like I don't open up to people, I don't talk to people because I never really had that as a child. So it's like now it's easier for me to just get through life alone. I never really just felt like love,
Wow.
I just
Okay, so after this was said, her mom took to the gram a very lengthy worded post on Instagram and also video, basically saying that her daughter's a damn lie and she did love her daughter, and everything that her daughter is saying is very hurtful. And she also insinuated that Kai Cenat is trying to pin her daughter against her.
For Gabrielle. I don't know who she is. This girl came in my house recently, a couple months ago. My friends was over. We was here. I cooked. We had wine or whatever. She came in, and I don't know how we got on the subject of the internet. Gabrielle looked at me in front of my friends and told me, I think we need to keep our relationship off the internet. So all of y'all who in my messages saying you ain't post us and since this and this and that, our relationship off the internet. Then she follows up with, oh yeah, and Kai said, yeah, Mr. Kai Cenat said, told my daughter, my baby, that he did his research on me. And her best friend. Now, who her best friend is, y'all, I really don't know. I know Gabrielle friends, but who the best friend is, I don't know. But best friend, he said, you too. He said that he told my baby that if she hung out with me or her best friend, and he did his background on us, she hung out with us. It's so hard to even fucking say that her reputation would be ruined. I was just mind blown. And then when I think about this, over the past couple of days, how's it not? All you do is sit down with women of different sorts, different kinds, different backgrounds, different reputations. All you do is sit down with rappers with different reputations. You love a sit down, but you telling me you never thought to sit down over a glass of water with me. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to fuck with me. I never gave a fuck. But what you won't do is turn my baby against me. You got so much to say about me, but you get on the internet and say, Gabrielle is this, Gabrielle's that, Gabrielle's God-fearing. That's from me, baby. Prayed up. I pray over that girl. I pray for her. I've been telling her to go to church, and she's been going the past couple, weeks? You've been with her, a year and a half now? That's her mama. You say, oh, she could cook so good. She could clean. She this, that. That's her mama. You say she from Louisiana? No, she not. She was born there. Gabrielle's been gone from Louisiana since she was 2. I'm from Louisiana. So
that girl said, I'm Creole. Not y'all be claiming y'all Creole and y'all not really Creole. I'm Creole, bitch. Okay, let me stop. I'm not Louisiana Creole, but I'm Haitian Creole, okay? Same difference.
Louisiana girl in the kitchen praying for you. She get that from her mama. I ain't never got on this app and bragged and said, oh my God, Kai said my daughter was this. Oh my God, I did a good job. I ain't never came to this internet for validation. My point is, Gabrielle, you ain't never went through life alone. You don't even know what it's like. The way you treat me, the way you treat your siblings, the way you treat us lately. I don't know who you are, boo. I have done nothing but be there for Gabrielle. I don't know who she is. This girl came in my house recently.
Okay. Now, I believe the mama. I'm sorry. I believe the mama. I feel like a lot of people that get around certain people of high figure, they try to make it seem like they've come and they've dealt with so much when sometimes they really haven't. They never have to live on their own. They never had to really provide 100% on their own. They've relied on mommy and daddy, but they'll go around other people and act as if they've lived this hard knock life in order to fit in. And the way that I've seen her interact with people and just kind of everything like that, it gives that. She gives off that vibe of like wanting to fit in. And I don't think it's cool. Okay. Now she did respond back to her mama. She said, I hate that I have to bring myself to play this internet game because the woman I call my mother is having a mental breakdown. I've never invalidated her feelings, but she never taken mine into consideration, even after all the talks we have had. Now, what I don't agree with the mom doing is taking it to the internet. I do feel as if you're stooping your level as a mom down to your daughter by going to the internet and replying to her when you could just call, which she probably did call and she probably did FaceTime her. But I think the reason why she went to the internet is because she doesn't want people out there, these strangers that have many of opinions and that will blow up people's comments and comment mean things. I may do this, but I don't go on the internet and comment and do little mean thing. I don't know. That to me is like so weird to me. Like I don't even have enough time for that shit. No lie. So I think that video was to those people so it could prevent that. Because now you have the internet thinking that I'm a bad mom and you never were loved. So I would have probably did the same shit. Do I think it was right? No, but I would have probably did the same shit because you're not gonna make me look crazy. I've never invalidated her feelings, but she never taken mine into consideration. Even after all the talks we had, me saying I wanted an emotional connection as a child is something I've been telling her since I was a child. To get on this app and badmouth me and show your true colors, then realize you didn't get the response you wanted. So my bad, y'all. It's very small ink. So you make a video crying, now looking for sympathy. I have never told her I can't be around her for reputation reasons or be around anyone for reputation reasons to lie and say that is insane. Yes, I told her when people say negative stuff about her online, it affects me. She got very mad at me because I told her the reason I don't post my family is because the internet is a negative place, which they are. They're my family and I have a real connection with them in real life. I barely even post myself. I've been dragged up and down this internet this year so many times for miscommunicated situations. So if I can keep something private and close to me, such as family, that's what I'm going to do. Even if I don't live for the internet. This lady has said hurtful things to me forever, and just when I thought being grown and setting boundaries was my escape, she still finds a way to affect me. I still won't get on here and bash her, but the responsibilities I've had has always been beyond my means. I was even told they were my obligation still to this day. When she calls me for help, I never tell her no. She told me she thinks we never had a good relationship because I don't look like her at 17. I told her I was moving to another state. She told me maybe I should so we don't connect with the same men.
Now I know you ain't doing that. I can't believe you did this.
That's why I don't tell you nothing. Because
Why you do that?
why I do what?
Why you do that? I find it a little bit hard that she said that. Because if you said that, mama, that's despicable. Okay? That ain't right. That ain't right. Okay? that gives competition. So I would see why the daughter feels a way about that comment. Cause that ooh. Growing up, she kicked me out of her house numerous times for small inconveniences. The last opportunity she took was because towels were washed wrong. As I was staying there a couple more days until I moved into my apartment. Recently, my lease just ended. She was begging me to move in and help her financially, and I politely told her no, because living with you, I will never have peace. I was then the villain again, an attack with hurtful words. I moved out at 17 to a whole nother state across the country, enrolled myself in school and finished. And you're saying this has started recently because of a man? She know it's no man controlling me. You use his name because you knew people would try to drag him. This lady has broken my heart so many times. And to say I treat my siblings bad, I've taken care of them my whole life. And now that I'm living my own, you're losing your mind. She always told me you gonna need me before I need you. And I've continued to be the strong, independent woman I am just to be sure I don't ever need nobody. My siblings love me. When I'm able to take them out, I do. I just brought them stuff for school and still will come take my little sister shopping again like you asked me to. Yes, I don't see them as often because I don't live with them anymore and I've been building my own life. You should be happy for me. This is crazy to be bashed and dragged by your mom because you said you wanted somebody to be there for you emotionally as a child. And it sucks because now she just made it worse. The little bit we did have, you washed it away. And I told her I understand she was a young mom and I couldn't imagine being 21 with 2 kids already. I've always given grace, allowing you to have access to me when I didn't have to. I love her. I have never badmouthed her, and anybody that knows me, including her, knows no matter how messed up the relationship may be, I always go to war about her and know I've done everything in this world she has asked me of. But damn, I'm no longer allowing anyone, even my family, to play with my character or twist my story. I've been through a lot and I've forgiven probably more than I should have. We all have our own stories. All I want is peace and to move forward without the consent cycle of hurt. I'm going to continue to pray for her, but please stop playing with me publicly. Enough is enough. Okay. Here's the thing. I can relate to this a little bit because I moved out young too, but you have to, because it took me a little bit to kind of get over it as well. I wasn't kicked out, so not too much in the comments. I left willingly. I feel as if it takes you to kind of go through the motions in the years for you to like say thank you for you leaving early and building your own life. Because I'm telling you, like, when you first do it, the amount of resentment that you have is so high because you think of, oh, my life would have been this had I been, you know, this age with them or this age doing this and not having to take care of myself. But over time, I feel like she's going to end up thinking her mom instead of doing all of this. Now, the mom, like I said, shouldn't have gone on the internet. But I think the fact of people saying your mom didn't love you, your mom didn't do this for you, is that's why she went and hurried up and made this video because she felt like, what the fuck? I don't want these people's opinion of me be the worst when I did all that I can. Okay. Now, you know, Miss Thing, if you said that to your daughter, you need to apologize. Cause what the fuck you worried about a nigga dealing with your daughter and y'all dealing with the same nigga? That shouldn't even cross your mind. So I really hope she's making that up because that's disgusting. Okay. But I think when it comes to Gigi, she's gonna need a lot of time in therapy to actually get over it and the one day say thank you. Because I'm telling you, it was the same for me. Because you hold a lot of resentment when you have to like not take take care of yourself at such a young age to where you feel as if why me? And I think she's in that state to where it's like the why me situation. Both of them are at fault in some ways in this whole situation, but Kai being involved, I do feel as if she used that as a ploy to garner more attention to the story, and it's kind of placing the blame on him instead of owning a little bit of responsibility in her part as to why her and her daughter are not that close. Because one thing Black parents and parents of color will do is not take full responsibility on what they have done to their kids to have their kids feel the way that they do towards them. They'll always negate that. They'll always put it in the back of their head, think we're ungrateful. Meanwhile, they've done a lot of things that cause that ungratefulness. So there's that. Let me know what y'all think down below about that story. Now, Kai Cenat has yet to reply back. I don't think he's going to reply back. Y'all know how Kai moved. That man replied at his own cognizance. He's not going to do it on anybody else's time but his. So I don't think he's ever going to reply back because he love that girl Gigi. I know that. So I don't think he want to be in the midst of it and cause any more drama that it already has. Because this has been a back and forth now on social media for like a day or two now. And I don't think he wants to make it worse. Okay. Let me know what y'all think down below about these topics. What y'all think of Ice Spice's new song and Gigi? Okay. Let me know what y'all think. And we out, y'all.